Question one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I like that. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thought I'd drop in on you today and try to share a little light on leadership principle called the Peter Principle, because I think it's something that will really bless your heart. The Peter Principle is simple. It just says that in a hierarchy, in an organization where you have a hierarchy, what occurs is the people who get promoted to their level of incompetence. That's what it's saying. That when you are in a hierarchy, you are an excellent employee. Help me now, an excellent employee. Then you are going to rise up the corporate ladder. You will be evaluated on your work ethic, on your performance, and you are going to just soar up the corporate ladder because you are the type of person that managers and leaders are searching for in the organization. So then, the Peter Principle just simply says that competent employees will be promoted, but at some point, you're going to be promoted into a position for which you are incompetent. Joanne, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Yes, it's resurrection the day after, and we're still celebrating. Uh, you're going to reach a place in your organization where you're going to get promoted and you're going to be incompetent to carry out the job requirements of that new position. And so when we are elevated to those positions, because it is inevitable, and when you become bewildered by the fact that your output is not as good as it used to be. In fact, sometimes your output is worse. But because you were a good employee before, they're not going to move you out of that position. You will be evaluated on things like getting to work on time. You'll be evaluated on your cheerfulness at work, your hospitality. You'll be evaluated on all of the routine core components of the job, but not necessarily what you were hired to do or promoted to do. And so I wanted to say to us today that there is something you can do when you get placed in a position for which you know you are unqualified. And I'm talking about this from a business perspective, but it can be a spiritual component as well. When you are promoted into a position for which you are not qualified, you're going to have to take some steps, some actions to make sure that your leadership capacity is at its highest level to give you an opportunity to grow into that position. Remember, I said you probably won't get another position for a while because it's evident you can't handle that job that you just gotten. And so rather than being frustrated with always coming up short on the task and assignments because you don't know what to do, there are some steps that you can take. Let's first of all, though, talk about this thing called the leadership lid. And we all know what the purpose of a lid is, right? Let me see. Here you go. This is a jar of apple cider vinegar gummies. This is the lid. So this lid then caps this bottle and keeps what is inside of this bottle inside. And the only way to get any of these pills, gummies, out of this jar is to what? Lift the lid or take the lid off. Let what's in there be exposed to the atmosphere. You can turn it over and you can take it out, and then you could eat one if you choose. The leadership lid, how can you impact your leadership lid? Remember, leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. So, how can I exercise my leadership influence to put me in the best position to grow into this new assignment? What steps can I take? Of course, those who hired you will have training for you and orientation in the new position and all of that, but you can't leave your destiny in the hands of your employer. You have a responsibility to grow your own influence, to grow your own leadership capacity. There are certain things that come with leadership capacity, but there are basically uh, 14 to 21 indispensable qualities that a leader should have. And they all have to do with your character, your charisma, your energy, your commitment, and your ability to communicate, your competence, which is what we're going to talk about in a moment, your courage to do what you need to do, to not be afraid to confront people, to confront issues that are blocking you from achieving your goals and the goals that the organization has assigned. Your discernment, being able to discern what you need to do, what time it is, and your focus. You've got to improve your ability to focus. And in most cases, it's going to be on multi levels, not just one thing. As a leader, you have to be able to focus on more than, well, one thing at a time, but more than one thing at a time. All right. And of course, your generosity of spirit. How well do you work with others? How well do you help lift the lid of other people? And then your initiative, your listening skills, your passion for what you do, the positive attitude that you bring, your ability to solve problems, the relationships you foster on the job, your responsibilities on that job, your security. Are you comfortable in your own skin? Self discipline, servanthood, teachability, and of course, your vision. I'm going to say this now in case I don't remember it later. But if a leader goes further, sees further than those who follow the leader, and if that be the case, how many of you know every now and then the leader is going to say something that you can't see? The leader is going to do something that you don't understand. Why is that? Because the leader navigates the ship. The leader sees, has the vision, and is casting vision, but you're not there yet. The only way you can get there is to follow the leader. I often say no one uses a GPS system to get from their home to the corner market. They know how to do that on their own. They don't need any assistance. Your employees or those who are following you are looking to you to take them places they've never been before, not to keep them going to the corner market over and over again. So if you are promoted into a position for which you know, not you feel, but which you know you are unqualified, don't panic. Don't panic. There are things that you can do. Amen. There are things that you can do. And I'll give you a couple of them. One thing you can do is value this experience. Just reflect on how you got there. Remember how you got to that position where you are now. And I bet you will find some valuable character traits within yourself that you can say, hey, I got to this point. I know that I can now lift my leadership lid to be able to do this job in competent fashion and to go higher. And then you can always invest in your own training, not just rely on the company, but invest in your own personal growth by joining a mastermind group, uh, hiring a coach or a mentor. And you really don't have to worry about hiring a mentor because mentors can be physical or they can be through books and videos. and all types of things. But coaching helps you lift your leadership lid. And then do something beyond yourself. Let me say this now. If you have a great supervisor, if you're if you have a supervisor who gives you opportunities to do things that you've never done before, those opportunities are for you to learn how to lift your leadership lid. So for you to exercise your influence and then reflect on the many people who have already given you such opportunities and how you perform and how you exercise in those opportunities. It is a great thing we do when we invest in our own leadership growth. And so then the Peter principle says if you're in a position and you know you've reached your level of incompetence, you know you're unqualified, it is a place of humility. It is a place where you reach out. You reach out for more wisdom, more experiences, more opportunities to grow. Don't be satisfied being incompetent. You have the wherewithal to grow into this new assignment, to become that leader that whoever promoted you into that position thought that you would become. Everybody has reached their level of incompetence at some point in their career, and they had mentors and coaches that helped them grow into the new assignment, grow into their new role. And so I encourage you when you get into a position, but you know you don't have the skills to carry it out, obtain the skills, gather around you people who supplement and complement your skills so that the task in that new assignment can be done with excellence. A lot of people always complain about they gave me this assignment and no one showed me how to do it. I've done that, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But I realized that it was up to me. My attitude was going to be the conveyor belt to my altitude. And if your attitude is, I'm going to work my way into this assignment, I'm going to learn from those who've been in this assignment before, I'm going to learn from those with whom I work, I'm going to be teachable. And before you know it, your level of incompetence would have risen because you have learned this new assignment. You are functioning at optimum level and you are doing the dang thing. You got it going on. And everyone around you has observed that you came from a position of inadequacy, incompetence, to a position of competence. And when you become confident in that new assignment that you once were not, now you become promotable to the next level. Go be great. Go be great. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again real soon. I pray that you will learn to take responsibility for where you are in your leadership journey. And I believe if you take it seriously, you're going to win. Winners are what we're looking for in these last days. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again soon.